the crossing the chasm. So the normal growth of markets is a bell curve, or if you just keep growing the market, it's the S-shaped curve of adoption, right? Where you have people who start, your technology enthusiasts, then you have your early adopters, your early majority, your late majority, and your laggards, right? There's this structure to how markets adopt offerings. And what Moore said in Crossing the Chasm, which was his first book, and it was written, when this process wasn't, he said in technology products, there's this really interesting phenomena because of the psychology of the technology enthusiasts. And so what happens is and I'm paraphrasing a bit, but Moore basically says, no matter what you put out there in technology land, there's some geek who wants to play with it and experiment with it. Is that about right? So, okay, so what happens is you put just about anything out there and you're going to sell it. Somehow, some way, you're going to find someone to sell it. And then what happens is you're going to sell enough of those that you start to feel like you're on the curve. And what happens next? Sales go to near zero. To crap, rounds to zero, right? Because what happened is your company got so excited that you started hiring, ramping up marketing, ramping up sales, because you're making some sales, and you're thinking, and what happens? Everything goes to kablooey. And then there's this kind of funny way of saying, the VP of sales gets fired, and then the VP of marketing gets fired, and then the CTO gets fired, because there's actually a sequence of firing, right? And what Moore says is this is the dangerous part, because to cross the chasm means you have to actually show that the first sales that you made to the technology enthusiasts and the very early adopters are not in fact misleading, but are in fact data points of the trend. And so when you say as early a company as you are, that I have evidence that I've made some sales, and that means we should go for this, I say, gosh, how do you know you're not in the chasm or just about to be there?